song is called Save Our Planet, and it's from Mega Man Battle Network 4, for anyone who's curious. It's either version, Red Sun or Blue Moon. But there you have it. I think it's appropriate for the theme of this, the theme of ShadowBringers so far. I just started it, so. Saving a world from being consumed by overbearing light. I'll turn on the game audio, so headphone warning, it might be loud. There we go. I'm gonna transition over and get started by watching that kick-ass fucking trailer again. Yo, what's good? I'm gonna watch that trailer again because that was some shit. And I'm also gonna check my I'm gonna mute my microphone while it plays like last time, or maybe not this time. But I'm gonna check my stream on my phone to make sure the noise suppressor isn't destroying my voice right now, and you can actually understand what the hell I'm saying. Yeah, you guys can hear that. Well, seems like it's okay though. It's working.
How many years have come and gone since that day? How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one that stood alone against the storm.
Like, we have two Xenos now. One that's an imposter in his body, the Asian, you know, and then the real Xenos.
They called.
Supposedly the real Xenos or something. Maybe he did some kind of soul transfer thing too, I don't know. I'm talking about the guy with the samurai sword who was wearing the Alamigan Resistance uniform. He was like secretly a traitor. That was at the end of Stormblood though. Those teeth, though. Nice poetry.
Deny? I am not wont to run from my troubles.
This music fucking slaps, dude.
Until our friend returns, I will hold the line.
certainly has changed, and not at all for the better.
If only you could actually have that many cartridges. 6 of them.
I'm not going anywhere. I promise you, Infilia.
You can only have 2 cartridges in game.
This tragedy, greater even than the 7th Umbral calamity, must be undone.
He went back to Samurai at the last minute.
If history must be unwritten, let it be unwritten.
But I guess that was with the fight with Zeno, so technically it wasn't the same fight.
Become what you must.
I think that sword is,
Warrior of darkness.
I think it's meant to be the relic for this expansion, for ShadowBringers. The relic weapon for the Dark Knight, I think. Which means I won't have it for a long time. So I still gotta do all of the main scenario quests. This is good shit. So I just reached the town of Norvant, or whatever. That area. I think it's called... Did that refer to the entire planet? I can't even remember right now, but I attuned to all the aetherite crystals and then did like one main scenario quest, but I haven't even turned it in yet because I stopped streaming right before I turned it in. So that's pretty much where we're picking up. I just noticed that merchant that is a lot like the merchant that resembles the one you see at the beginning of Realm Reborn when you start a new game. He apparently got eaten by one of those monsters of light. So he's dead. And I met the guy who summoned me here. Let's see what happens next. Alright, I'm logging in right now. 20 players in queue. Last time it was 30. Still might end up taking longer. I remember one time I had like 2 players in queue and I sat there for a good 5 minutes almost. Nah, I'm probably exaggerating. Sometimes you reach a moment where a lot of people are logging in and out. Other times it takes a while. There we go. All done. Can transition back. I like the artwork. It's very kind of dark and dreary a little bit. Everything's showing properly. Hopefully my voice is still working as it was when I tested it earlier. Alright, size settings for UI. I'm gonna put this at 120%. There we go. For streaming purposes, make it easier. Okay. This way, I guess. So I went to talk to people who basically gave me like the rundown of the town's layout, where all the services are, like where I can get my equipment repaired, shopping, all that stuff. And now I'm back to the guy who summoned me here, which is this guy, the Crystal Exarch. He says, well, how did you fare? Did my colleagues help you form a clearer picture of this world and its people? I'd say so, yeah. Well, that's why we were collecting these proofs that we actually talked to those guys. Yes, it seems you were treated to a most thorough introduction. I understand it was something of a chore, but 'twas necessary that you grasp these things before we proceed. As for the Crystal Tower's origin, you may have noted that details were sparse. The structure is in fact the self-same one you know from the source, transported to the first in its entirety. So is the source meant to be the world that we come from? Is that what they're getting at? And he transported it here? It was my first attempt at breaching the boundaries between worlds, something of a trial run for your eventual crossing. And although I do not know which era I tore it from, never mind, that answers it. He got it from somewhere, he just doesn't know where. I do know that its arrival served to set the wheels of fate in motion. This is a hell of a trial run, dude, this giant tower. Yeah, I'll save those chests for a different job class. I think I said that yesterday. Because I have gear that's better. Maybe I'll use it on Dancer, or... Yeah, I'll use it on Dancer probably, because it has the lowest gear level, I think, right now. Done as I requested and learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Now it's time I fulfilled my half of the bargain and explained what has befallen your comrades. That is a conversation I would rather have in the privacy of my quarters, however. I must go on ahead to the tower and organize a few things, but I shall see that the guard knows to admit you. Yes, I want to ask about Grahatia. Just like that, Grahatir is then... I'm not familiar with that name. Is there something I should know? Some shit went down. He really told the whole story in one sentence like that? It's just like... an extraordinary tale. But I'm afraid I found no such individual residing in the tower when it passed into my care. Mayhap we can revisit that mystery another time. For now, I think it best that we focus on the present. That means he probably took this crystal tower from either before all of that happened. But he said he didn't know what time period he took it from, so maybe he took it from before Grahati and, well, you know, all the Realm Reborn stuff regarding the crystal tower. Or after and something happened to him. Greetings, sir. The Exarch awaits you. Within. I missed a word there. Oh, that looks familiar. The floor. Oh yeah, I forgot to switch back to my proper Dark Knight armor. I'll probably do that in a sec.
Welcome to the Ocular, my private study. We can speak here without fear of being overheard.
Right on.
I have much to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind. Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow scions.
Yeah.
To put it simply, they are here in the first. Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the source. In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the first, and the reverse could also be true. The pace fluctuates without rhyme or reason, and it cannot be predicted.
Damn.
That said,
that's chaotic.
You seem to be entering a period of near equivalence. And thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time.
That's their way of explaining, don't worry, when you go back home, when all of this is over, it's not going to be a whole new world where people don't remember you. Pretty sure that's what that is right there.
However,
Plot mechanism.
Yustola and Urianger have dwelled here for 3 winters, all told, while Thancred's count stands at 5.
Oh yeah, he was the first to go, so that makes sense.
Even our more recent arrivals, Alphino and Alize, have lived in the first for almost a year. My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well. As they were not the object of my summons, their transference was
Again.
incomplete. Though they may appear to possess corporeal bodies, they are, in truth, merely spirits that one can see and touch.
Which is why they didn't show up with clothing.
Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not. Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here, unable to return.
Oh fuck. What have they been doing all this time?
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least. As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift. In that chaotic no-man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future. That which would one day come to pass. In his vision of tomorrow, the first was rejoined with the source. This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity and the deaths of countless multitudes. Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion. He watched you die.
Yeah, that would be my face too. What the fuck?
And thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours. Their souls are stranded in the first, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction. Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity. Considering these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events.
Maybe.
And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand. Meanwhile, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home. What say you? Have I earned your trust for the moment, at least?
For the moment, sure. That's exactly what I was gonna say. For the moment.
Excellent. You will not regret this. With that settled,
See that I don't.
we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort. While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
Gonna do my regular stream check. Make sure I'm still alive. Okay. I'm recording all this too, so if I lose internet connection, go offline or something, at least on Twitch, and I don't notice, I have a recording I can just upload on YouTube. I just hope I have enough hard drive space for all of this. Alright, so I gotta switch back. I think it's number 10? No, 9. There we go. The Crystarium boasts a number of residential districts, but I've been informed that a room has just become available at the Pendants. Which, as it turns out, is perfect. Our path there will take us past the markets, and I was hoping to give you my own introduction to their wares. How long? So they have a residential district, but they haven't added housing for players yet. Like Ishgard. There we go.
This is the Musica Universalis, the commercial heart of the Crystarium. What you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here.
Musica Universalis. That's almost like how I said it yesterday, but I said it in Spanish. It's an accent. Música Universalis.
Ah, yes. You must be curious about the currency. Fear not. The gil you carry will serve you well enough.
Actually, I hadn't thought of that, but yeah.
Each nation once minted its own coins, but 'twas all a jumbled mess following the flood. After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways, wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal. As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil, a word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here. And as our traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice. From what your stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough not to matter. Our way of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower, some of which may be familiar to you.
Ah. Alagan Tombstones of Poetics. Or Alagan, or Alagan, or Alagan. There's so many pronunciations I've heard. His face! It's like shit. Let's take forever to farm out.
But I fear it would
That's
not
a
be
nice joke
practical
right
for
there.
us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your home world. A Van Kerm Sin?
That head shake was definitely like meant to be almost a fourth wall breaking joke. Because it's such a grind to collect those things.
Yes, I'm here. Of course I'm here. What amusements do you have for me today?
I mean, it's not too bad of a grind, but you know, you gotta do your dailies and all
My
that
dear
every day.
Feo Ool, paragon of pixie kind. For you, I have the most vital task. This fine gentleman is a friend from a distant realm. And we have need of a means to ferry things back and forth from his home. Might you be able to assist us in this matter?
You came from beyond, didn't you? From beyond the rift?
Sure.
How wonderfully exciting! What a brave and reckless and marvelous thing you did! You've the heart of a pixie, you do. After careful consideration, I have decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin. But answer me this, traveller. Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth? Your nails?
I should hope so.
Just as I thought! Then you've a good stout connection with your home, through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass. From this moment forth I will be your Isnathis, and you my Snayak. Like the branch which sprouts from the sapling, our bond will flow unbroken from one to the other.
Okay.
Raise your hand.
Where's this going? Making a connection to the homeworld?
Tis done. We are bound now, dearest sapling. Come then. Make your request. Tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
Very eager.
Mayhap her message to your friends in the source to inform them of your safe arrival.
Oh shit. I'll send a message to Tataru. She's the one who's most worried about all of us.
Consider it done.
As you heard, that was Feo Ul of the Pixies. Their kind possess an affinity for magic akin to that of arcane beings. They rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by Pixie standards, and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium. Right, we were going to organize a room for you, weren't we? Come along.
New hotel room. Those are always nice. As a result of your pact with Feo Yui, you now have access to delivery movables, market boards, and summoning bells while in the first. I like that they're giving proper story explanation for all the gameplay elements we're used to. It eliminates that whole conversation that gamers usually have with themselves or amongst each other, where it's like, wait, if we're in like a different world or a different dimension, universe, whatever, how are we able to do this or that? You know, it kind of addresses those questions before they even come up. So I think that's pretty cool. Ah, there you are. I was just finalizing the matter of your accommodation. You'll have a private room here at the Pendants for the duration of your stay, to make use of as you see fit. Wow, that was a horrible reading of that sentence. When you are ready to retire, the manager will show you to your lodgings. Pray rest and recuperate, and we shall reconvene in that ocular anon. Ocular? I don't think there's any other way to say that. I believe that covers all of the practical concerns. Thank you for answering my call, Leon. We are denied the comforting blanket of night, but may peaceful dreams attend you nonetheless. A comforting blanket. A pleasure to meet you, sir, and welcome to your new home at the Pendants. Your room is ready if you care to retire. Sure. So that means maybe there's no daytime and nighttime music in this place, because there's never a dark night. It's always daytime no matter what. No matter what hour it is. It's like being up on the North Pole or something. For however many months, it's daylight the whole time. You? It's my old friend.
I know you. You're the warrior of light from the source.
So it is the source. Okay. And who are you? For those who skipped over like Heaven's Ward and Stormblood.
Did you just... You can hear me?
Yeah. I just asked you who you are. Or
God,
for your
what does it
darkness.
mean? That was what I called myself in your world. The Warrior of Darkness. My real name is Ardbert. I used an alias in the source. A daft one, looking back.
It seems they are two different people.
If you recall my tale, it was my comrades and I who caused the flood.
Yeah, I remember that. See, for me, it wasn't that long ago, but anybody who's been...
We thought our home doomed. And so we listened to the Ascians. Let them guide us to the source, and tried to hasten their god's damned ardor.
Yeah, I remember the scene pretty well, but this was like 2 to 3 years ago for people who've been keeping up with the game since it started.
I remember when we fell, defeated by you and yours. I remember our audience with Minfilia. How she listened to our pleas and returned our souls to the first. The flood was poised to swallow Northrend. Minfilia and my friends, they surrendered what little they had left to hold it back. Just faded away. Leaving me to bear witness.
Damn, so they all died? It's like Minfilia now?
Tell me, do you know the year? How much time has passed since we caused the flood?
I guess he knows. Maybe.
100 years.
Oh, right.
100.
The Exarch told us that yesterday. Jesus Christ. I totally forgot about that detail.
My hands find no purchase. My gestures catch no eye, and my pleas, be they whispered or screamed, reach not a single ear. I am a shade, cursed to do naught but drift. I feel as if I've been walking forever. I hardly noticed when my mind and body began to fray at the edges. Then bang! My senses were sharp again. I felt like a fish being reeled in, and before I knew it, I found myself in this room. Why is it that you can see me? What are you even doing here, come to that?
Why wasn't that the first thing you asked me?
You were summoned to save the first. A waste of time. This world is beyond saving, like those who tried to save it. Muddled as my mind may be, I've not forgotten that. But if fate has brought me to you, the one person in this God's forsaken world who can see and hear me, then perhaps there is a reason I endured. If I can find out why I was left behind, then maybe I can bring this journey of mine to an end. Well, I'll be watching, Warrior of Light. But do me a favor. Be careful out there. This world has had its fill of heroes.
Already breaking into bed. Taking a nap. When you log out and then log back in. Wait. Dawson Gate? Sorry, I almost thought the Crystal Exarch and him had very similar voices, but I guess they're two different people, so I was wrong about that. Perhaps. Master Leon, the Exarch awaits you within. You might see that sentence a few times over, I think.
Ah, how did you find your new quarters? I trust you were able to rest.
Sure. I had a ghostly visitor.
I was not aware the room was haunted, and you were rather tired. Well, should you receive another visitation, be sure to let me know.
You spared him the details, for plot reasons, I bet.
Let us return to the subject of the Scion's whereabouts.
Fuck they at?
This map shows the lands of Norvrand, the only area to be spared the flood of light.
Oh, so those outer edges that look like a crater. Everything beyond that in all directions is light. That just devoured everything. And I guess you can't exist outside of these borders then. That makes more sense. I thought it was just this town that got spared where we are right now.
The Crystarium is here, in the region known as Lakeland. To the north is the fairy kingdom of Il-Meg. That is where you'll find Urianger. To the east lies the once prosperous civilization of Rak-Tika. Your Stola is stationed there, in the heart of the forest.
It's gonna be a giant Easter egg hunt.
Neither location can be reached without considerable difficulty.
Gotta find one person, then another, and someone else is gonna be somewhere else.
As such, I would suggest you first seek out one of the twins, each of whom is stationed but a short flight from the Crystarium.
A little castle in the lower left corner. Is he gonna tell me about that place? Yes, he is.
Alphino is on Calusia, an island off the western shore. It is home to a city called Yulmore, where the rich and privileged while away their days in idleness. For his part in furthering our cause, Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement. Alize, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armareng. They lie upon the very edge of the inhabitable world, where the flood of light was halted. Those who dwell there live in constant fear of attack by the Sin-Eaters.
It's a strange, loose resemblance to Eorzea's layout.
In contrast,
At least with these two areas right here.
Alize felt that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her services as a guard, both to hone her skills and gather information on our foe.
Because like Limsa Lominsa is also like on its own little island, separate from off the west coast of Eorzea, just like Yulmore over there. And Ul'dah and Thanalan in general is down south like this. It definitely took a little bit of inspiration from that map layout. And then the Gridanian forest over there.
So,
kind of similar.
Calicia or Armoraine? It matters not which you choose to visit first. Simply inform me once you've made your decision, and I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount.
Sweet, we're getting a new mount. So much for using Cloud's motorcycle.
But you must be wondering about Thancred. He has taken up with a new companion, and is presently engaged as a wandering hunter of sin-eaters. Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
Portal to the source? Oh, I can choose which one to go first. Hold on. What does this do then? Where does this drop you off? Curious. Oh, okay, right where we disappeared. They say the same thing as before. Oh, not this guy. I've been keeping that device you uncovered safe and sound. Did you need to use it again? Oh, okay. They use this guy. Well, actually, I wanted to see what the hell was over here. It's just a dead end? Yeah. I want to go into the labyrinth of the ancients, damn it. Go. I guess we'll start with Alphinaud, our boy. That dude's been a mainstay for like every main scenario quest since Realm Reborn. Or at least like the overarching story. He's been a part of it. You will visit Alphinaud and Kalusha then? Excellent. Did he say it was Kalusha or Kalusia? Should have paid more attention to how he pronounced it in the cutscene. As I mentioned, your destination is an island off the west coast, so you will need a mount capable of making the journey. Here's a letter of introduction. Presented to... Oh my god. Is it Zem... Genmai? The master of beasts at Temenos Rookery, and he will take care of you. When you see Alphinaud, be sure to pass on my warmest regards. I can accept both quests. That will save me a lot of time, actually. Probably. Ready to depart for Armoraine? Alice will be overjoyed to see you safe. I know she was particularly concerned for your well-being. She, impressed upon me how regrettable the timing of her summoning was. Repeatedly. Yeah, we were kind of in the middle of something, dude. We could have died. I only hope that my part in sending you to her will garner me some measure of forgiveness. Here, it's a letter of introduction addressed to a man named Cassard, the master of a merchant caravan. There are a few who know the ways of the desert as well as he does. Find him at the Amaro launch, and he will see that you reach your destination. Let's do it. Your face is unknown to me. What business have you at my rookery? This. Signed by the Exarch, no less. Yes, I can provide you with an ammo for passage to Kaluza. I will pick you out a friendly whelp. An ammo, you say? Or not a chocobo? Go with this one. A chocobo? Do you hail from one of Norvron's most isolated, or more isolated settlements, perchance? I hear there are a few places where they ride little else. But here in the Crystarian, mounts like that grey fellow there are far more commonly used. Oh, that thing? Seeing as you are plainly unaccustomed to riding Amuro, I think it best I accompany you on this flight myself. Any Zune worthy of the name could do it, of course, but the XR sent you to me. Ensuring you arrive safely is my responsibility. Gather your things and meet me at the Amuro launch. One of the junior tamers will attend to you while I ready the mounts. One of these things? Huh. Alright. Oh. Aged Amaro tamer? Looking to procure yourself an Amaro? And I reckon you've come to the right place. 1 second, if you would. And there we have it. I've added you to our register. Pray come back whenever you're in need of a mount. Amaro quarters. Excuse me. You want to fly an Amaro to Kaluza? Well, I suppose the Master Genmai is going with you. Wait here, please. The Master should be along with the mount shortly. You can now travel to Kaluza. Speak with the aspiring Amaro tamer to fly to the island. You can also use your ether compass to assess with locating ether currents in new regions. Should you lose this compass, speak with Jesren at the Amaro launch in the Crystarium to obtain another. So this area. That person over there. Lost compasses can also be replaced by speaking with Gibralont at the Forgotten Knight and Foundation back in Ishgard. Yeah, where we sort of first got our ether compass.
The whistling breeze, mute. The pounding surf, frozen. Time itself takes a breath. At light's edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment. Music, faint and fleeting, drifts coastward on the lifeless air. And in the distance, beyond the broken earth, a city beckons.
Good time to check this. Okay, so far so good. Actually. Gotta answer somebody. 1 second. We are arrived. This is Cracked Shell Beach on the eastern coast of Kaluza. We should be safe here for the present. Compared to the mainland, Sin Eater attacks are far less prevalent. And the native beasts are not any more dangerous than elsewhere. It is the people you should be wary of. Can't trust them. Spy you, that city in the distance? That is Yulmore, the island's main settlement. It rivals the Crystarium in scale and was once an ally in our battle against the abominations. For years, the Yulmorian elite have fancied themselves the masters of what remains of our broken world. They have gone as far as to offer the leaders of other settlements their protection if we bend the knee. But to say their ideals are questionable would be putting it mildly. The Crystarium is one among many who resist their heavy-handed authority, and while we are not at war, our relationship with Yulmore is strained at best. It may be wise to conceal your ties with the Exarch during your stay here, especially in the vicinity of the city. Alright. I am glad we understand each other. Now, the Exarch has instructed me to divulge a secret that you should make finding your friend a good deal easier. Listen closely. Oh my god, they said a lot after I answered. They're talking amongst themselves. So I can get back to this. If you head south along the coast, you will eventually come to a fisherman's shack. A friend of the Crystarium lives there, a man who goes by the name of Ebor or Ibor. Whichever one's easier for me to say, I guess. Ebor keeps an eye on everything that happens in Kaluja and will be able to point you in the right direction. Just hand him a sprig of thyme. That will let him know you can be trusted. Here, this should be enough. Find your friend. I will stay here with the Amaro until you are ready to return. Alright then, just don't get eaten. Jesus. Northwest. Well, like I said before, I'm not gonna hunt down ether currents while I'm streaming, but if I run into them while I'm streaming, I'll get them. Shit! Everything's close to my level here. I'm not used to this. I've been over-leveled for a very long time. I think I reached level 70 before I even made it to Ishgard. The Heaven's Ward expansion. And the reason I made it was because I did every single side quest in Heaven's Ward, so I got a ton of experience. I was level 80 before I even started Stormblood. But that was from doing daily roulettes. Hey, let me turn off the mount music so we can actually hear the, I'll do it after this. So we can actually hear the background music of this area. Hey, buddy. What you after? Fish? Crab? I think I've got an eel in a barrel somewhere if you have a taste for him. Oh, I do love a bit of thyme. Chuck some in the pan and it's like a bloody festival of flavor. Now what is it I can do for you? Can't say as there's been any major upsets to report these past few weeks. Alfie note, eh? Aye, I know the one. Our young champion of the downtrodden. Yulmore's richer than all of Norvand put together, but it's a different story for them as live outside the city. I meant to say, a different story for them as live outside the city. I don't know, can't find the proper cadence for that. Most spend every waking moment just trying to stay alive, which makes your friend's dedication to helping others stand out all the more. I can hazard a guess as to where he is now. Get a message to him. But you'll need somewhere quiet to meet, away from prying eyes. Make for Stilltide. That's the fishing village just up the path there. You're looking for a rundown excuse for a tavern that locals call the Leaky Keel. Wait there and I'll see that Alfino joins you. Okay. So that's the little town I already visited ahead of time. We have a model for hire if you're interested. Actually, before I forget, let me add your name to our register. That way you'll be able to come back here anytime you like. There we go. Probably gonna see that line a lot every time I visit a new town. This your first time in a tavern? It's customary to buy a drink if you mean to loiter. What'll you be having? Give me some ale. A fine choice. What'll you be paying with? Gil? Well, no. Those are exotic. Where did you come by coins like that? I'm sorry, dear. I don't doubt they have value, but I don't have a touchstone to test their purity, and I'm not about to go begging for one from the neighbors. So we'll just have to come to some other arrangement. Here's an idea. There's a common to the north where we grow our vegetables, but lately the pests have been eating more of them than we have. What do you say to a bit of extermination work? I want you to squash any vermin you find, then visit the caretaker and give him an earful from me for sleeping on the job. He'll be in the old silo next to the fence, snoring like as not. Do that for me and you can laze about here as long as you like. Okay. That way. There it is. Shit. You're probably not gonna let me finish this. Alright, I have to kill you. This is gonna take a minute. Alright, I think this is a good spot. Fucking annihilate him. One at a time. Nice battle music. There's no chill in this. Just goes ham in every direction. His expansion so far, I mean. No response. Maybe you need to talk louder. No response. Perhaps the occupant is hard of hearing? Keep knocking. You hear a faint squeaking from the room beyond. Time to burst in and save the day, brave adventurer. What? No one is home, and judging by the lack of furniture, they haven't been for some time. The odd scraps of vegetables on the floor suggest rats have taken up residence in their absence. Welcome back, dear. What did that good-for-nothing caretaker have to say for himself? Gone? Must have left to join the rest of the hopefuls. In Gate Town, outside Yulmore? You don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? And there I was thinking you were another dreamer. Well, never mind all that. Take a seat wherever you like, dear. You more than earned it. I'll even throw in another drink on the house.
And how is business today, Mistress Theva?
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Frenetic?
Tis good to see you, my friend.
Alfie Node.
The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
What, just like that? Oh, Alfino, you really are a dear. Well, I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the peasants move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
Okay.
It seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu. It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. The time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well.
Me? I was more worried about you.
Alize said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before. I see. Both the Exarch and Alize told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable. And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may. It would be nice to bring her good tidings for a change. But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity. Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true. By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire.
Oh. The Black Rose, right. The poison gas.
Which can only mean one thing. Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Ascians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more. Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means. And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course. In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the Exarch, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion. I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail. But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat. One being Sin Eaters, of course. They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered.
Right on. I would expect nothing less.
To the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure?
I wouldn't be here if I wasn't, I guess.
And so we take to the road once more.
As always. It's become customary for Alfie noted me. He's like always tagging along ever since Heaven's Ward. 90% of the time. Oh, what I missed? Okay, nothing. Assuming you have no objections, let us make our way directly to the city outskirts. If we time our arrival just right, you may be lucky enough to see why I have yet to set foot in Yulmore, despite my efforts to do so. Come. From here we must head west and then cross a small bridge. There's apparently one down there. No, like I said, I'll get it later. It's tempting, because it's not too far, but... Probably go back for it once I stop streaming in another hour or so. Fallujah seems peaceful, does it not? Almost familiar? I had a similar impression of the Crystarium. Even in this distant world, people are much the same. I think that whenever a calamity struck the source, a reflection such as this one, with all its culture and history, was being erased from existence. No! Get away from me! Who that? Over there! Quickly, someone's in trouble! Ah, hell no. Of course. Probably gonna have to kick his ass before we do whatever we're gonna do over here. Yep, I'll end up getting double teamed, so I'm gonna have to kill this guy first. Okay, he lost. Good. Oh, thank the fates! Look out! No shit, I'm under attack. My poor heart. Thank you, young sir. Ah, there you are. In my haste, I lost my bearings. But I see you have the situation well in hand. Fine work. Are you alright, madam? Just a few bruises from where I fell. Nothing compared to what was in store for me before this brave soul came to my rescue. I honestly thought I was done for. My feet are not as swift as they once were, and I knew there was no one left to hear me scream. Not that I let that stop me. Should probably leave my old house behind and queue up outside Yulmore with the rest of them. Doubt those fancy lords and ladies would welcome an old crone like me. Still, even a shack near the gate has to be safer than staying here. One would hope. Either way, I suggest you avoid wandering alone, lest you make the Sin Eater's task any easier. Thank you again. You saved my life. I'm sure a strapping lad like you has little to fear, but I wouldn't linger long in this place. There's not to be had here but cobwebs and memories. I might explain the empty shack we found. 'Tis as the lady says. Many in these parts have abandoned their homes to live in Yulmore's shadow. Should the Sin Eaters descend upon this region, there are precious few with the strength to fight them off. Speaking of which, what have you been told of these monsters? A brief history, then. It was not long after the flood swallowed the better part of the world that the Sin Eaters first appeared, some beastly, some beauteous. Yet regardless of their form, all seem incapable of speech, and all are driven by the same insatiable appetite for mortal ether. They are predators, and we are their prey. Fallujah suffers from far fewer attacks than most regions, but even so, the list of the Sin Eater's victims grows longer by the day. A tragedy without end. Still, we have won a small victory this time, at least. Now shall we press on? We need to return to where the road forks and follow the path that leads west. Lead the way, dude. So, I don't remember. Was it down there? I think it was. Wait, I can just do this. Yeah. He saw me again. What a prick. Okay, straight there. Oh right, shit. Okay. And here we are.
That gate up ahead is known as the Open Arms, and Yulmore itself lies beyond. This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gate Town, the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
I thought I recognized you. Brought a new friend, eh?
This accent.
I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
He's not here to compete. Leave him be.
What? I was only making conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please!
Excuse me. Fuck. Came out of nowhere.
Greetings to our hopeful petitioners, one and all! Yulmore extends its warmest regards. Let it be known that a lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine. We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy, even on days when fish is not on the menu! Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We might not at all.
Was there anyone?
What about that girl?
Do you recall how I said Yulmore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame. It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon. A poor man could sooner pass through the Iron Needle than Yulmore's gates. The only way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the privileged. And so they are picked over like market produce.
Damn. So what else is new, right? Ah, the rich just stepping on the poor like always.
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back. Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in the city of splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor. Oh, just look at those expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for? Well, well, what have we here? An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident! For you!
Ah, look!
Enjoy!
Thank goodness.
Over here!
Meal is a foodstuff which Yulmore routinely doles out to the people of Gate Town, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well. Many here rely on it to survive in these times of scarcity, yet the whole arrangement just seems...
Seems like what?
well, let's just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Of course. Living off the scraps of the rich. Not being able to do anything else for yourself except bow down to them. I would leave a bad taste in anyone's mouth. Like I said, what else is new? Someone noticed me. I mean, I can't say I'm dressed in a very, the word escapes me right now. What was I gonna say? Oh, inconspicuous way. There we go. Now you understand why my attempts to enter the city have thus far come to naught. The dubious privilege of residency must be won via a contest with ever-changing rules. They say this policy has been in place for the past 2 decades, ever since Yulmar's current ruler came into power. Yet from what I have seen, it does more harm than good. Not only does it distract people from our shared struggle against the Sin Eaters, excuse me, it robs them of their self-sufficiency. Of course, I've tried to propose ways they could improve their lot, but my words invariably fall on deaf ears. The attitude is so entrenched now, I worry that, well, mayhap you should take a turn around Gate Town and judge the situation for yourself. They're so used to just living off the scraps of the wealthier that they kind of stopped looking for ways to just live on their own. Oof. Feels too real, man. Feels too real. What up, dude? Still here, are you? Can't blame you for wanting a slice of Yulmar's pie. If you ask me, you should ditch that sour-faced brat and make a home for yourself here. Gate Town's not much to look at, aye, but at least it's safe. And the meal is the best thing I've ever tasted. Right. The scraps of the wealthy. Oh, that one's damn close. I see you. Good thing I checked. Wait, how the fuck? Okay. Getting a little worried there. Large pot bubbles over the flame. Pale chunks meal, you realize, float in the otherwise plain broth. These little scraps are enough to keep these people from, just rising up and storming the gates or something. That's basically the strategy here. Just give them just enough, you know? Not too much oppression. Be a little bit nice. So that they won't bite the hand that feeds. Just look at it. Can you imagine a more beautiful city? Ah, where is it? I don't think I can see it from here. Oh, it's behind me. That's why. Every day I dream of the life that waits for me inside those walls. Oh, will they ever pick me? It's a little bit of an eyesore, actually, with the colors, to be honest. But that's just a matter of taste. Colors are too bright for me. Those colors, I mean. You've seen what Gate Town has to offer? These people can no longer fend for themselves. They become dependent on handouts of the meal. And believe Yulmar is the answer to all their woes. Yet no matter how I frame my encouragement, they seem unwilling, nay, unable to conceive of any other way of life. I know your struggle, Alfie Node. People just don't want to let go of what they've become used to, no matter how toxic it is. A fickle existence, indeed. Feels too real, man. I feel your frustrations, Alfie Node. Feel them hard. You disapprove of these people's way of life? Disapprove? Frustrates me, certainly. That is only part of it, though. The whole situation makes me uneasy. Not that it matters. However unjust this system seems to me, if these people claim to be content with their lot, it is hardly my place to criticize their choices. But take that elderly lady you rescued. Does it not seem that those who have chosen to forego Eulmore's Largus? Never seen that word. Are doomed to suffer for their independence? In the end, they are all but forced to seek refuge in Gate Town, and so hamlets and fields across the island are left empty and untended, hastening the region's descent into ruin. Nay, I am not convinced that Eulmore's generosity truly serves the best interests of Pelusia's people. I am not so naive as to think there is some miraculous solution to all of this. Yet I cannot help but frown at the sight of hard-working villagers struggling to survive, even as a chosen few rejoice at being plucked from poverty by the hand of a capricious noble. There has to be a better way. I say that all the time, my friend. I will not know for sure, however, until I have taken those long-delayed steps through Eulmore's gates. Of course. 'Tis fortunate that you arrived when you did, Leon. I have been working on a scheme to insinuate myself into the city. And if all goes to plan, it should soon come to fruition. Some sunken boats over there. There is a beast tribe who makes its home in the seas surrounding the island. The Ondo, they are called, though you and I know them as Sahagin. For the most part, they keep to themselves in their ocean grottos and rarely have dealings with land dwellers. But as the Taru took such great pains to impress upon me during our stay in Kugane, business favors the bold, and so I reached out to them. I duly discovered that the Ondo are inordinately fond of land-grown produce, fresh fruits in particular, and when I offered to procure such goods for them, they promised to pay me in pearls. An attractive business venture for any prospective investor, would you not agree? Surely even the most jaded Eulmorean landlord would have time for a merchant who can make pearls from plums and pumpkins. I mean, yeah, maybe. Yes, I've come a long way since my days of buying samurai swords without first negotiating a price. Thank goodness, because that led to a whole heap of trouble. But it was fun, though. The Four Lords. That was a good storyline. My appointment with the Ondo is due to take place in a few hours. I just need to collect the produce and meet with them on the shore. Might you help me make the exchange? That means yes. Excellent. I should be glad of your company. First things first, then. We must pay a visit to Moshimoa, my supplier in right. Come, it is just to the northwest of here. Up a shake. Eavesdroppers. Well, I'm heading that way. Maybe I'll run into one. Zoom out just to... Wrong button. This is Moshimoa, the farmer of whom I spoke. Is there something I can do for you, friend? Good day to you, Moshimoa. This is my associate, Leon. We are here to collect the produce I purchased. Hey? I loaded your lackey up with the goods not long ago. My lackey? I know of no such person. Mr. Lad, short blue hair? No? He said he'd come on your behalf, and since he seemed to know all the details, I just assumed. Damn, that dude beat us here? Shit. Confound it, someone must have been eavesdropping on our conversation. Exactly. If this charlatan was here not long ago, he could not have gone far. We should split up and search the area. You find a vantage point on the south side of town, and I shall take the west. Bastard. And there should be one coming out. Probably near the objective. Southeast. Probably over there somewhere. Alright, let's go. Search the surroundings for a male mistle with short blue hair. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Oh, okay. It's kind of like using the blowgun, or the blowgun, dart gun, whatever thing from Stormblood. Sniping fools and knocking them out. Except we're not going to shoot anything here, we're just going to inspect somebody. Some slow ass zoom. This guy. You have located your quarry. I think he's where the ether current is too. Leon, any sign of him? Right over there. You have a keen eye. Let us move in before he makes good his escape. Ah, there it is. No need to use the compass. You guys suck. Starting to realize it might be faster to do open world exploration as my main class, a Dragoon, just to make these fights faster. Because it takes a minute every time I run into one of these assholes. Let me test it right now with that asshole over there. How much faster would this be if I was just using my main class? Let's see. Fuck this fool up. That is way faster. That's gonna save a lot of time in the long run, so I think while I'm doing open world exploration, I'm just gonna be Dragoon. Mostly because of the level, or the gear. You know, this stuff. The Exarchic, or Exarchic, however they pronounce it. Also, it seems like at level 80 they leave me alone. No, they don't. Alright then. This is faster battles. Go to the abandoned dock. If I had better gear for Dark Knight and he was level 80, this would be easier, but...
There you are.
Oh well.
The thief who claims the harvest on my behalf. Hand it over.
Well, forgive me. I have to get into the city. I have no family and all my friends have already been chosen. No one here gives a damn about me. When the meal gets handed out, I'm lucky if I get a smell of it. No matter what I do, they won't call out my name. I'm so tired, I'm so bloody hungry. I thought maybe I could steal your idea, get in that way.
What is your name?
Kai Shear.
Tell me then, Kai Shear, must it be your more or nothing? What of the Christarium? They may not offer charity, but you would be fairly compensated for any work you did.
No, it has to be Yulmore.
Why?
That's where all my friends are.
All right.
We made a promise that we'd live together in paradise.
I was to make my deal with the Ondo at the Clave. Listen carefully, and I shall tell you my plans for the business, and how best to arouse the Yulmoran's interest.
You'll give me your place? Just like that?
Apparently so. Off he knows a good guy.
Chance, nothing more. What comes of it is entirely up to you.
Whew. Whew. Wonder how he plans on getting in now, though.
I understand. Oh, thank you, thank you!
This was but one path. There will be others. But for young Kai Shear, it was the difference between life and death. I do not regret my decision, yet I will admit that a part of me wonders if it was for the best. We strive to bring swift salvation to this world, that countless lives might be saved, not least your own. Even if it came at the cost of one man, should I have forged on regardless?
That's not who you are.
I suppose not. Were Estinian here, he would most likely scoff at my soft-heartedness.
Same old Alfino, ever the slave to sentiment.
That is exactly what it said.
For your kind words nonetheless. Let us see to it that both these stories have a happy ending. Shall we return to right then?
I like how even I nodded there. Like I know what my character's gonna do.
Is that? I can't be sure, but I think someone's in trouble.
This is the part where we realize we fucked up by helping that guy because he's just gonna get himself killed or something, right?
Come on, they may need our help.
Like we find out they probably just use these people and then throw them out when they're done with them. See what happens. Huh. So there's a good and a bad thing that could come from this. If I ride around as the Dragoon, I'm not going to get the experience for uncovering all this that I could get for my Dark Knight to level him up. That's kind of a dilemma. But if I do ride around as a Dark Knight, I get stopped by these fucking things, and it takes forever to kill them. I guess I'll just level up Dark Knight on my free time, off stream. Like I was doing before I even started ShadowBringers, so... But even if I get Dark Knight to 80, it's not going to make things much easier without a gear set to go with it. So, I'm not going to rush to level it up either. Okay, so this way. Can't bear to let experience go to waste. Just can't do it. Get that EXP. Not a lot, but fuck it. Oh shit, I didn't do this earlier. Yeah, there seems to be one pretty close to this area. Hold on, Alfie Node. Damn it! I guess I gotta fight. It is what it is. The battle's gonna be hard and long, but I just can't bear to, like, not level up another class while doing this. Here, he's breathing, I think, though he won't last long without help. That should take care of the worst of his injuries. Mercy. Mercy, I beg you. He's fucked up. Breathe easy, sir. No harm will come to you here. Poor man is shivering. Pray keep an eye on him while I get a fire going. I thought for certain I was dead. How am I ever to repay this kindness? We'll settle for the tale behind your current predicament. Why don't you begin by telling us your name? So, checking my time. Tristel. I was invited into Yulemore to work as an artist. And then what happened? A wealthy couple took me in to paint pictures for them, but when my style proved contrary to their taste, they just as quickly turfed me out onto the street. I was left penniless and patronless, a grave sin in Lord Vothry's city. Within days, they had brought me before the man himself, and he asked me what I meant to do. Dejected as I was, I told him that I wished to leave. Little did I know how soon he would grant me my wish. They flung me over the balustrade into the goddamned ocean. From up there? How were you not dashed to pieces? Good question. Don't ask me. Luck, I suppose. Well, if you hadn't found me when you did, it wouldn't have counted for much. Monstrous. And the citizens condone such barbaric punishment? That's what I called it earlier, basically. When they're done with you, they just throw your ass out. Oh, without a second thought. When Lord Vothry passes judgment, no one so much as blinks, let alone argues. In Yulemore, his word is law. Of course. Ah, that fire's chased the chill from my bones. Thank you again. The more I hear about Yulmore, the more determined I am to see what waits within its walls. I shall bend all my thoughts towards securing another way into the city. There must be something we can do. But first, we should convey Tristal to the shelter of the village. Fire or no fire, he needs to be out of this chilly coastal air. Way into the city? Seems like he might have an idea. I'm gonna have to go out of my way to avoid enemies if I can. I wonder what Tristal will do now. Pray accept my deepest gratitude. I owe you both my life. And, if you'll permit me, I would assist you in your attempt to enter Yulmore, insofar as I am able at any rate. To be frank, the thought of sending my saviors into that awful place makes me sick to the stomach, but since it's plain you've set your minds on it, you should take this. My favorite paintbrush. The Yulmoran elite are never satisfied until they get exactly what they want. And if I'm not mistaken, the couple I mentioned will be looking for someone to replace me. If you make a show of owning such a well-used brush, you may be able to convince people you have a talent for painting. Oh, Alfie Note is an artist. Are you certain? This is your livelihood. I cannot deprive you of such a treasured possession. I give it gladly after all you've done for me. Besides, I don't think I have the heart to paint anymore. As to what I'll do instead, I honestly haven't decided. But I shan't stay long in this place, not with that city brooding over me. Nay, I'll move on to new lands and a new profession, and I'll keep you in my prayers from now until my dying day. Damn. Parting is such sweet sorrow, my friend. Should you make it into the city, have care what you say and do. I wouldn't want you to save my life only to lose your own. City of Final Pleasures. They say kindness is its own reward, but Tristal has repaid us with a gift as timely as it was unexpected. We will, however, need to act upon his advice before another painter steps in to fill the vacancy. Thankfully, I do have some modest skill with a brush. Nothing approaching that of a true artist, of course, but enough to play the role, I would hope. As for you... well... if you don't mind taking a subordinate role, mayhap you could pose as my assistant? Then it is settled. All we need to do now is return to Gate Town and await the next appearance of those vile jesters. This is the part where I start getting side quests for ether currents, isn't it? Yeah. I'll do those off stream. Alright, so back there, I guess. I need to come back here for ether currents. Try to remember that. Can't believe I made that jump. Now we wait. Should be as good a place as any. Indeed. Here they come. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention once more. What a day it's been for the folks at our door. Do they like to rhyme? Also, their outfits kind of remind me of the jesters from Final Fantasy IX. Those little dudes that would, they would like fuse together and create a more powerful fusion version of themselves. We've welcomed a peddler who made pearls from a plum, and now we've a place for a painter of a plum. What? So come along and don't be slow. It's time to let your colors show. Alfino, now's your chance. I can paint. Portraits at least. Landscapes and still lifes are so rarely commissioned these days. Oh, I thought I spied some new faces in the crowd. What fortune that you should feel at ease... Wait, what? What fortune that you should feel at ease around the easel? These words that I've never heard of. What proof have you of your prowess? Any masterpieces on your person? Sadly not. Everything I paint is soon sold. Such is the life of a working artist. I have only my brush to testify for me, though you will note that it has seen no small amount of service. Aha! Ho ho! Mm-hmm. Flecks of paint, both old and new, a tool much loved and much used. Not a prop to be conjured on the hop. Very well. Come with us and we'll put those talents to the test. You got this, dude. And who is this hanger-on? Well-wisher or parasite? Why, this is my assistant. He whose unfailing support allows my art to flourish. I will go with him or not at all. Well, that's clever. Parasite, then. We shall leave his fate in the hands of your new employer. It matters not a whit to us. And having filled our latest vacant space, we retire to Yulmore's sweet embrace. Oh, mercy me, the mule! We almost took our leave without leaving a loving token. We must empty the sacks ere we make our way back. It's like dangling a Gisselgreen in front of a fat chocobo. Just keeps him going. Teasing him, always. Oh look, the time... in-game time was synchronized with my local time. For a moment there. That was a nice catch.
Redemption is beyond us. The lament of all but saints and fools, and the comfort of the lords and ladies of this accursed place. Once they held fast against the madness, only to embrace the coming cataclysm and delight in the end of days.
Basically, they're just partying like it's the end of the world because it is. They're like, yeah, fuck it, we're all gonna die, man. Valid, I guess. And there's nothing you can do about it. What else are you gonna do, right?
Perhaps in rapture they seek to lose themselves and the misery they share. Or perhaps for them alone, the promise of eternal pleasure really does hold true.
This music is nice. Gilmore, finally. Looks even grander from this angle, eh? Eh? Ah, yeah, we've crossed in. Actually, yeah, it's fucking huge. Welcome, welcome to the city of final pleasures. Feel free to leave by magnificence. Nope, not even a single tear? Moving right along then. Our first task is to register you as residents. You know, make it all nice and official. Excuse me. We'll smooth the way, so you just need to put on your happy faces and head through to Joyous Hall. The Bureau of Immigration is in the first room on the left side of the passage. Declare your name and occupation in a nice, loud voice. The clerks will tell you where to go from there. Oh, and pay no mind to those folk off to the side of the road. Much like the hopefuls in Gate Town, they haven't earned the right to enter the city proper. If, however, you enjoy basking in the envy of your fellow man, then by all means, take your time. But why waste another moment? Go! Enjoy the beginning of your new life in paradise. Jesus. Right, as a slave, though. Not as an equal to the rest. The Bureau of Immigration, was it? Suppose we had better show ourselves willing for the time being. Okay. This is considered a town. Yeah, no mounts. Hell no. More of these. Okay. Before I continue, I'm gonna grab these real quick. So there's one down there and one down there. Is this part of the same... Okay, so I can go that way and come back here real quick. Yeah. Shit. I fucking missed it. Should have looked down before I jumped. See where I was gonna land, you know? Oh well, that was a minor setback. Let's see, where's another one? Well, I got the one downstairs there, so, or upstairs. Gotta go get those two, and I gotta visit the Emerald Keep over there too. There we go. That takes care of that, and from here we go that way. Damn, this place is a mess. Yeah, you go through those gates and there's still yet something else. Oh, that's it. Excellent. Fallujah is the entrance of the town, so... Alright, now we can just go back to the Glory Gate. I like how the music fits the theme of all of this, but at the same time it leaves you with a feeling of uneasiness. Like a paradise that's just wearing a mask. Or something far more sinister underneath. At least that's the impression I get based on the story so far, as well as the music itself. Like there's something dark about this place. Even though it looks so pretty. Welcome to Yulmore, fortunate friends. May I have your names? I am Alfinode, an artist, and this is Leon, my assistant. Ah yes, I was informed of your imminent arrival. We can forego the usual interview and begin processing your registration papers forthwith. Now, the citizens of Yulmore are divided into two classes. These are the free, who are blessed with the favor of Lord Vothri, and the bonded, who work in the employ of the free. You will be joining the ranks of the bonded. Your duties are to serve a patron in the capacity for which you were chosen. In your case, painting pretty pictures. Should your patron dismiss you for any reason, you must find another sponsor among the free, or accept work as a general laborer. I see. And might you tell us something of the patron we are to serve? The two patrons, actually. China's and Dulia Chai, a mistil couple whom most refer to as the Chais. I don't know if that's Chai or Kai. I'm gonna say Kai. I could be wrong, though. They are both gentle souls, but I would ask that you conduct yourself with respect and humility, for your own sake as much as theirs. Now, a moment, please, while I complete the relevant paperwork. All in order. These are your registration documents. Take those papers next door and submit them to the clerk. Once they've been stamped, you will officially be Yulmoran citizens. Enjoy your new life in paradise. How are you? Understood. You don't want to lose your job and get kicked out. I get it. Welcome to the Bureau of Registration. Papers, please. What have we here? Alfinode, artist. Leon, artist's assistant. To be employed in the service of Lord Kainas and Lady Dulia Kai. Yes, everything seems to be in order. Your registration is hereby approved. I think it best that we deliver you to the Kai residence before... Hmm? Oh dear. What's wrong? You smell hideous! Oh shit. We didn't take a shower. Did you crawl here through a ditch? It's like an unholy miasma of dust and sweat and the musk of some unwashed beast. We're fucked. Proceed directly to the delousery next door and scrub yourselves clean. Use whichever showers are free. After you've rinsed away that stench, you'll want to splash yourselves with this perfume. Liberally. Once you've made yourself presentable, then you may proceed to the Kai residence. Hornen, the guard by the stairs, will give you directions. I hadn't realized we were so aromatic. I mean, no one else said shit except her. We talked to those other guys and they didn't say anything. Hmm? We're to bathe in here then? In here, yeah, apparently. They leave the showers running. There's somebody bathing right now. What? Maybe I should draw the curtain? Yeah, maybe, dude. I probably won't do it either. Oops. You rinse yourself clean in the stream of water. Cool. Now the perfume, right? What the hell am I looking for now? Just apply the sweet smelling perfume. Should I just use it then? Wait, what does he say after the shower? Oh, nothing. I'll probably have to talk to him after. You apply the perfume as directed and the delicate scent of roses fills the air. Oh, I'm done. What about you? Oh, you've showered and dressed already, have you? Is it not that is to say... it seems rather exposed for one's ablutions, does it not? Yeah, I would say a public shower is not my first choice either, but let's see. Alice would have been drying her hair by now. Man, I want to pick that, but I really like the Estinian references because he used to kind-heartedly bully Alfinode. What would Estinian say, man? Not up or shut up. Good gods. You'll mention nothing of this. Swear to me. This is good. Well, that was bracing. I believe the lingering smells of the road have been successfully expunged. Shall we go and present ourselves to our new patrons then? Jesus. So far, this has been kind of whatever. So far. It's entertaining, at least. We'll need directions to the Kai residence. You're looking to present yourselves to the Kais, are you? Let me explain how the city's laid out then. Imagine 3 layers, one on top of the other. This layer here is called the buttress. Above us is the understory, where the military has its headquarters, and above that, you've got the canopy, which is where the free citizens of Yulmore spend their days. So if you want to find your new patrons, you'll need to keep climbing until you run out of stairs. Then look for the Grand Dame's parlor. They'll be in there, like as not. Music is catchy though. Holy shit. Very lavish. And there's a lot of people here. According to the message engraved in the base, special permission is required to use this aetheryte. Why am I not surprised? Oh, there's a hell of a lot of people here. I think I'm headed this way though. Can't help but hum along to this music. Oh, hold on, I want to check out this view real quick. I'm a sucker for this. Cool. Alright. Let's get this over with. Well, what is it? Spit it out then. Familiar music. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Oh, who's this then?
It's the first time they ever actually show a different race looking, having proportions that isn't something you can actually choose at the character creation. Usually when they make bigger characters, they make them like a race that's meant to be bigger, like Rogadin. You can't make a Mikote look like this. So, it's kind of what I'm getting at. This is a first. What are the Mikote called here? Mist?
Lord and Lady Chai, pray forgive our intrusion. I am given to understand you were in search of an artist.
Also, can you make an Elizin as short as Alphinaud? I don't even think so. I think they have to be tall. But I don't know. Okay.
Ah, you must be the new,
Oh, goodness me. What an adorable boy. That silken hair, those pearly cheeks, oh, and you even smell wonderful, like a bed of flowers.
That's a good thing we took a shower and put on perfume, right?
I approve of this one, dearest. I am positive he will paint us the most delightful pictures.
Yes. Well, I mean, as long as he paints better than that talentless wretch we sent packing last week.
Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to Yulmore.
Alphino, if it please you, my lady. And this is my assistant.
Your assistant? I've heard of folk bringing in family members, but this seems a bit irregular. Aren't you a little young to have a protege?
We are family in all but name, my lord. Though we share no blood, we have stood by each other through life's many challenges, resolved to prevail together or not at all.
Wow, thanks, Alphinaud. That warms my heart, man.
Of all people,
You're a real one.
who best understands my work. With his unique insight guiding my hand, the art I create is sure to satisfy your expectations.
Alphinaud's a good wingman.
Once the picture is begun, of course, I shall have no need of constant encouragement. And so I wondered, rather than him being in your way, might it then be permissible for my assistant to explore the city he has so longed to see?
I had to read that again.
Gratitude for his priceless contribution to my art, I thought it only fair that I make this humble request on his behalf.
Ooh, did you ever hear of such devotion? Of course your assistant must have his wish. He shall be free to roam to his heart's content.
Excellent.
Isn't that right, darling?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course, dearest. Quite right.
He's good at this stuff. Formalities and whatnot. He's had plenty of practice. No quest completion music this time. Don't know if that was a glitch or if I'm lagging, perhaps, because the next quest is supposed to be right here, but I don't see anything, so I'm probably lagging right now. Yep, there it is. Off you go. The city's yours to explore. Oh, but do be careful along those outer walkways. You should be most upset if you were to slip and fall. Well, I already explored, so... If my wife has given her permission, then you need not ask my say-so, or seek my say-so. All I ask is that you behave yourself. Draw no attention and be respectful at all times. Free to sightsee. Now you have the opportunity to experience Yulmore. I suggest you make the most of it. Explore the city, top to bottom. In other words, I would start with the canopy and go from there. Try wandering around the market stalls. Hope you guys didn't hear that, that was loud as fuck. That was my alarm. In other words, I would start with the canopy and go from there. Try wandering around the market stalls, mayhap. Such places are usually filled with colorful characters, only too eager to share local gossip with a friendly visitor. I would appreciate it, of course, if you could share any discoveries with me in turn. We should both learn as much as possible about our new place of residence. Good. Retainers. Jesus. I probably still can't use this. No. Well, that's it for now, I guess. Yeah, so I'll cut it off here, and then I'll continue the stream in a few hours from now. Since I streamed earlier this time, I will actually come back today. I know yesterday I said I'd come back, and I didn't until today, but I did warn that maybe tomorrow. Which is today. So, yeah, I should be back in a couple hours. For now, thank you for watching. I'm gonna take a break and go take care of some errands. I'll run some errands and take care of myself, get some food, all that stuff. So until then.